Your future isn't built on the things you hope will happen. It's built on the small choices you make today. We often spend our time dreaming about the big break, the massive promotion, or that one day when everything finally clicks into place. We wait for a grand invitation or a sudden surge of motivation to change our lives. But the truth is much louder than that. Your life isn't shifting in the grand sweeping moments. It's shifting in the tiny invisible decisions you make between the time you wake up and the time you put your head back on that pillow. Yep, I'll let that marinate for a second. It's in what you choose to read when you have a spare 20 minutes. It's in what you eat and how you choose to fuel the body that has to carry you through this journey. We often treat our bodies like they're separate from our goals, but your resilience is directly tied to your physical well-being because you cannot build a high-level life on low-level fuel. It's also in the boundaries you set and the people you allow in your sacred space. We forget that the energy of the people around us eventually becomes the atmosphere we breathe. If you're surrounding yourself with noise, gossip, or stagnation, you can't be surprised when your own growth feels stuck. You might think you can tune it out, but eventually that environment begins to dictate what you think is possible. You have to be the gatekeeper of your own peace. If a conversation doesn't have a purpose, or if a relationship only drains you, it's costing you the energy you need to build your future. We tend to romanticize the finish line, but we ignore the miles of pavement it took to get there. We want the masterpiece, but we forget about the individual brushstrokes. If you look at where you are right now, you're looking at the sum of your last 6 months of habits. Every habit is a vote for the person you want to become. And those votes are being cast every single minute of every single hour of every single day. The most important part of the building process, though, is how you show up for yourself when no one is watching. It's easy to perform when there's an audience. It's easy to be disciplined when someone is checking your work or when you're being praised. But the version of you that exists in the quiet, the one that decides to keep a promise to themselves even when no one would know if they broke it, that right there, that's the version of you that's actually designing your future. When you wake up at 5:30 a.m. to work out like you said you would, you aren't just following a schedule. You're proving to yourself that your word actually means something. You're proving to yourself that you are trustworthy. You're building self-integrity. And every time you choose resilience over comfort, you're laying another brick to your foundation. See, every time you choose a deep, purposeful conversation over shallow small talk, you're strengthening the foundation of who you are. You are essentially training yourself for the life you want by acting like the person who already lives it. So let's stop waiting for someone to give us the okay, and let's start looking at our current habits. Because guess what? No one is going to save you except you. If you want a future defined by peace, you have to choose peace in the middle of a chaotic Tuesday. You can't wait for the world to get quiet before you decide to be calm. If you want a future defined by strength, you have to do the work when you're tired, when the storm is hitting, and when you'd rather just give up. You are the architect, and these small daily choices are your materials. You wouldn't try to build a house with broken wood and expect it to stand, would you? So why try to build a life with broken habits? We often overestimate what we can do in a year, but we vastly underestimate what we can do in a single day. Don't underestimate the power of your 24 hours. You aren't just getting through the week or surviving until Friday. You are constructing a legacy one choice at a time. The person you're becoming is watching how you handle right now. They're waiting to see if you're going to give them a foundation they can actually stand on, or if they're going to have to spend their time fixing the cracks you left behind for them. You have the power to change the blueprint at any moment. You don't have to wait for a new year, a new month, or even a new Monday. The big moments will come, but you will only have the capacity to hold them if you've been doing the work in the dark Enjoy your journey, and I'll see you on the next one.